We were one of the first hospitals in Florida to have a case. It's not really my hospital's fault, it's more like the country's fault because they didn't think there was any cases in the United States. So we most likely had multiple patients with COVID and we were taking care of them without PPE, and a lot of people got exposed that way. Really the main reason that I decided to go on the COVID unit is because, I'm young and I felt like it is the place for me to be. And then I saw what was going on in Italy and I was like, I have to do something. And then further on, seeing what was going on in New York, I was like, I can't just sit around and do my normal work when this is happening. Basically, they were like, if you're going to leave the unit, if you're going to go to the COVID unit, you have to be there indefinitely until COVID's over, and you have to agree to that.
What we want and what we need from hospital administration, state and local government, and the federal government is assurance that we will never have to feel disposable again, that the next time a pandemic comes that we're actually prepared.
That post came out of definitely the lack of PPE, the having to reuse PPE that is supposed to be thrown away. We have regulatory agencies who come in and ding us for having drinks at the nurse's station, but they're silent now when we have to reuse PPE that's supposed to be used only one time. But the reality is that we still have to reuse our N95 masks up to 4 times. So they're sanitized 3 times and you're supposed to reuse it for the duration of the last time it's sanitized. So you get it new, you're using it new, 1 shift, then it's sanitized for the first time, so that's 2. Then it's sanitized for the second time, that's 3, and then it's sanitized for the 3rd time, and then you use it for that 4th use. So that's 4 times, and for me, that's 2 weeks of use. We have disposable gowns. There's been shifts where night shift wears their disposable gown, and then there's none for day shift, so day shift has to wear the gowns that we wore the entire night. I've seen other hospitals who have improved their PPE stock, and I'm like, why is our hospital still behind, and why are we still reusing when there's supposedly plenty of PPE throughout this entire thing, especially hospitals in California that have strong nurses unions. They have been pretty well protected throughout this whole thing. We need to protect ourselves to take care of these patients. It's frustrating, and it feels like we were an afterthought and they're being reactive instead of proactive, just expecting us to go into the fire wearing gasoline. That's something I've said before. We feel disposable because we've seen our people fall. We've seen nurses die because of this. The healthcare system is, they know how much we care and they take advantage of it. But I'm not going to lose my empathy or caring for my patients, but I am upset at hospitals across the country, including my own, for putting myself and my coworkers in harm's way. What I want everyone to know is that COVID-19 is real. It is something that healthcare professionals are trying their best to manage and take care of patients who are exposed to it. Just doing your part in preventing the spread, it will really help us. And we just don't want to see so many people get sick with this. And it would be really difficult for us to go through a second wave that was as bad as the first one, or a second wave that is potentially worse than the first one.